Welcome guys, thank you so much for joining in. So right now, looking at this Bitcoin price action, you can see the price of Bitcoin is actually going completely parabolic. Even though we had this price pullback yesterday, it still managed to come back up and make a new high. Guys, we just make 41,500 price level, and now that's going to be the new high. I think the price could still continue further in an upward direction, because yesterday I told you guys to watch out for this rising trend line, because this rising trend line was actually showing us where the trend was possibly heading. And look at this, if we monitor this price movement here, exactly when we fail out of this rising trend line, you can see it has acted as a support. I also talked about this on my yesterday's video, and once we were below it, this same rising trend line was acting as a resistance. But look at this guys, once we were able to break out of this rising trend line, we saw this very bullish move in an upward direction. So now, yesterday I told you some key level area and how to identify that. If you haven't watched my video from yesterday, definitely check it out guys, it could be very helpful. I told you how this previous key level of support resistance line has been acting. Right now, if you look at this move, now we know that 40,000 or 39,900, this line, this trend line here is going to be a very strong support. So now we are building our base. This means even if we are going to see any sort of a pullback, this rising trend line along with this previous key level of resistance here, right, you can see is going to act as a support for Bitcoin around this 40,000 or 39,900 price level. So looking at this price structure, you can see the trend is now also clearly heading in an upward direction. So that's why we are letting Bitcoin to do its thing. And if you also look at this, I included this Fibonacci retracement. You can also use the extension, doesn't matter actually. And you can see here, yesterday we said, hey, to the upside, this 2.272 is going to be our target area, which is around 42,000 price level. And look at this price movement now. The price of Bitcoin looks like it is also going to pierce through this 2.272 Fibonacci level. And not only that, I also included this Fibonacci extension level from the swing high 2019 till the 2020 swing low level. You can see since the price is now clearly closed above this 3.618, 2.272 is going to be our next target, which is at 42,000 price level for Bitcoin, looking at this price action in a bigger time frame. And also, if we look at this Bitcoin logarithmic growth curve, guys, this is flashing us where the trend of Bitcoin might be possibly heading, because according to this Bitcoin logarithmic growth curve right now, since we have already pierced through the middle line, and now we are heading towards this 61.80 Fibonacci level. So if you look at this here, 61.80 Fibonacci level is our target area. We found support at the 38.20. You can see here, when we had this price drop, this 38.20 acted as a very strong support. But now, since we have already pierced through the middle line area, where are we currently heading? Towards this 61.80 Fibonacci level. So the 61.80 Fibonacci level could be around this 44,000 price level. So why now there is a very likely scenario that price could actually come and test this 61.80 Fibonacci level. Let me show you that here. Right from the past Bitcoin price action, you can see once we were able to close above this middle line, the price did tested the 61.80 Fibonacci level. And if you go back here again, you can see once we were able to close above the middle line area, the price did tested the 61.80 Fibonacci level here as well. Right, you can see we broke out of this middle line, and you can see we headed straight towards this 61.80 Fibonacci level. After that, we got a reversal, but still breaking above this 50% Fibonacci level, the price has always tested the 61.80 Fibonacci level. So if that is going to be the case, then we should be reaching this 44,000 price level very soon, guys. So for now, 44,000 is going to be my target area for Bitcoin, looking at this in a bigger time frame. And not only that, let's also have a very quick look at Ethereum price action. So now, if we start this analysis by looking at this price action of Ethereum USD in an hourly time frame, you can see, guys, yesterday I gave you a very nice indication stating how or where the price of Ether was possibly heading. And if you look at this price structure with the help of ascending triangle, I said you, since the upper line of this ascending triangle has acted as a resistance and finding support was a very bullish move, and since then the price of Ether also had a really nice move in an upper direction. But yesterday we saw a price pullback. I told you guys, if we are going to see any sort of a price pullback, where this pullback is going to be exactly around the previous key level of resistance, because you can see here this trend line has acted as a resistance support, right? And this is exactly where we came and found support. I told you, right? This line is where we would be possibly gravitating. And also, if we include the rising trend line scenario which we talked on my yesterday's video, if I would look at this price action along with this rising trend line, look at this. I said to you guys, just like with the Bitcoin price action, this rising trend line was actually showing us the possible trend direction. But once we were unable to find support, we came straight to the upper line of this ascending triangle which I told you yesterday, right? So exactly, you can see we found here support and price started moving in an upward direction, just like with the Bitcoin here. Just like with the Bitcoin, if we are also able to break out of this rising trend line, I think this is a similar scenario, because if we could actually enter and find support above this rising trend line, that could lead to a very, very bullish move in an upward direction, because that will also indicate that, hey, we have clearly broken the high here and now we are ready to move in an upward direction. And why is that important is because if I switch this time frame now into 4-hour time frame, and let me show you guys here. So now if we include this ascending channel here, so if we look at this price movement along with this ascending channel, you can see one very, very important scenario unfolding. I mean, you can see upper line acted as a resistance, lower line always gave us a very nice support here, right? Support. But yesterday we failed to find support. We had this pullback, and now the price of Ether is trying to re-enter this ascending channel. That is actually indicating, hey, if this price is able to find support above this or re-enter this ascending channel, just like what I showed you with the previous example, this could turn out to be a very, very bullish move, because not only just entering this ascending channel is going to be a bullish move, but also this rising trend line which I just showed you here, and also breaking the previous high structure, we would be around that price level. So that could actually lead to a very, very massive move here in an upward direction for Ethereum, because if you just look at this in a very, very simple way, guys, you can see this trend line. Just focus on this trend line here, and also right now where we are, similar price structure, right? You can see here resistance. Once we were able to break above this trend line, a very nice move in an upward direction. So if we look at this price movement from swing low to swing high here, right, 19%, let's say around 19% price move, and you can see pullback came at the previous resistance line, found support, right? So we are doing a similar move, resistance, just like here, resistance. But if we are actually able to find support over it, this could actually lead to a all-time high for Ether. This is what I see right now looking at the price action of Ethereum in a 4-hour time frame and also in a hourly time frame. So in a bigger time frame, you know, to the downside here in a weekly time frame, these are some of my target area for now. So this price movement, you can see our target here of 1220 has already been reached, and now our next target is going to be around 1370 and 14,000 price level, and after that it's a free move, just like with Bitcoin. I think breaking the previous high going to turn Ether completely parabolic, just like with Bitcoin. And this is one example here. This fractal here from 2017 is an example what I believe the price of Ether could be making right now, and this is playing out almost like accurately, right? So let's see if we are also going to see this massive move here in an upward direction, breaking the all-time high for Ethereum. So guys, this is what I wanted to share with you into this video. If you enjoyed my work, hit the like button, and also if you're watching this for the first time, definitely hit the subscribe button and the bell. So by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye guys.